Previously on
IndieGoGo.
Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is last week on IndieGoGo for November 9th through November 15th. I know I skipped a week. There's a good reason. The previous week was kind of a shit show. But anyhow, we're back, and we got another 4 campaigns and a wild card to go over here on IndieGoGo. Some pretty good campaigns here, so let's get started. This is Bric-a-brac number 2, fantasy Christmas story. This is being run by Ryan Hack out of Brooklyn, looks like New York. Right now he's got about 26 days left, and he's about halfway through his goal of 5,000 for his fixed goal. So this is the second issue, but what I want to mention right here is you can get the first issue in the bundle pack, which is probably your overall best deal. For the most part, lowest backing value is $8, but essentially this is a Christmas book story. We are getting close to December, so Christmas is kind of starting to get in the air here. People are putting up their decorations and driving me crazy. It's like October just went away and nobody cared. Then again, most holidays are kind of going away and nobody cares right now in the world. I guess it's 2020 in a nutshell. But anyhow, essentially what Ryan is doing here is this is kind of a Christmas lore story. He's kind of messing with just a collaboration of many different Christmas concepts, I guess you could say. And art here is very cartoony, obviously very digital and very loose. I think this is probably going to be a good book for just as a Christmas present or for people who are really into Christmas. I really like I think this is like the Abominable Snowman or whatever it is. I like this style right here. I think his colors kind of clash though. Like I think if he had more of I don't know how to say it. Like I feel like he should be a little flatter in the colors. Something about this kind of feels off from looking at the pencils right here. That being said, you can pick up both of his issues, issue number 1 and issue number 2, in the bundle package. Overall values, a little bit on the pricey side. Even with the bundle, you're looking at about 42 cents per page. You can get the digital, and it's cheaper, but then it's digital. And he also has some other stuff like a bookmark, a print, or something like that. Nothing too crazy right here. But yeah, no, if you're looking for a Christmas book this holiday season, check this out. I'm not sure if he's going to fulfill by Christmas. I'm guessing he'll try. It's usually very difficult for any of these comic book campaigns to fulfill by Christmas just because of how strained the mailing system is nowadays. But best of luck to him. Anyhow, moving on to the next one. This is Lonestar, Mind of the Monster by Mike Miller, fulfilled out of Spring Valley in the U.S. So those of you who may have been following Comicsgate in like the old days, I guess, like circa 2018 or 2019 or something like that, Mike Miller should sound familiar. He was kind of a part of that movement, and then he kind of moved off. Again, I'm not really here to kind of pick sides in any of this. I'm kind of just looking at campaigns that are on IndieGoGo. This is the 3rd book in the Lonestar series. Now, I wasn't around to back the first book, and the second book I didn't particularly back just because I thought the concept was a little bit too zany for me. Personally, I hadn't even picked up like Graveyard Shift or Jawbreakers by that time, so the crossover aspect of the second book didn't even appeal to me all that much. That being said, what makes this really cool is Mike Miller's art is very good. He's known for his run on Injustice and his Game of Thrones covers. Obviously, there's a little bit of drama between him and Comicsgate in general. I'm not going to take a stand on any of that stuff, but objectively, he has really nice art. He also, if you missed the previous Lonestar books, you can pick up all 3, and I believe this bundle pack. I don't know why he limits it to 250. Like I figured you would like keep expanding it if you can sell like more, but there might be a reason for why he does this. Overall, this is going to be your best value. I'm pretty certain all of these are at least 48 pages. I think some of them might actually be more because if they're second printings, I think he did some extra stuff, if I remember correctly. Again, I didn't back the other Lone Stars, so I could be wrong here, but I think they're all at least 48 pages, which means this tier right here for $59, you get 144 pages of content, which is pretty darn good. I've never heard any complaints about fulfillment about on Mike Miller. He fulfills all of his campaigns pretty well, so very low risk in terms of whether or not you're going to get your book or not. Now, I will say price is still a little bit steep. What's kind of cool, though, is for 48 pages, he's at $19 rather than most of the other CG books are going around $25. So you are saving a lot by picking up this book. The concept, and this is another thing, Lone Star is kind of a, I guess, Mike Miller's kind of take on Captain America. And it's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'm not really a big Captain America fan, so it doesn't really intrigue me that much. That being said, art is fantastic for the most part, and you got a lot of different variant covers, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure. I think Mike is a traditional artist mostly, if I remember, and I think he does like a little bit of work digitally. I'm not sure. That being said, it's funded, so if you back this, you're going to get your book. Pretty good, pretty safe bet that you're going to get what you need. The question is whether this sort of book interests you or not. Anyhow, going on to the opposite side, Mike is a pro, but this is a amateur book. So this is by Joe Archie. This is Blue Phoenix comic, being fulfilled out of Pittsburgh, United States. He's only got 2 backers. He just started right now. But what I think kind of got my interest here is that the concept is kind of cool. So this is it's a rookie cop, and he gets sort of Egyptian powers, and now he's granted the power of the sun. And this character, so first off, obvious Nova inspiration here to a degree. I'm not sure if that was the intention of the creator right here. That being said, pretty dope stuff. I like these panels. These panels are really cool. But yeah, I don't know how his regular sequentials are going to look on the interiors. So this is amateur work, so keep that in mind. That being said, it looks pretty cool, man. For a first timer. I wonder, has he had? Oh, he's only got 1 campaign, so this is his very first campaign. He only needs $500 to reach, and you can pick up the book for $7, which is fairly reasonable. Still more pricier than mainstream prices, but it's 24 pages, so that's pretty good stuff. And if you think about it, you're not getting ads, and you're getting kind of a sort of first edition of it for $7. So, I kind of dig this. Obviously, would I say it's like the best? No, but I mean, this is someone's first time doing it, so it's pretty cool stuff. Wish him the best right here. And for $7, it's not a bad deal, especially in the U.S., right? Because if you're in the U.S., this is a pretty good deal because he's likely going to use media mail or U.S. First Postal, so it won't be too expensive to send to you. And not sure if he has any. Looks like he doesn't have any stretch goals. Okay, trading card at 1,000. What I would do is I would just increase your page count. Is personally, I know that's freaking difficult, but personally speaking, trading cards are, well, I guess maybe it's just me. I'm not really into trading cards, but I personally think the better deal is always more pages, like another 2 pages or another 3 pages, right? Would be what I do. That being said, for a first time campaign, looks pretty solid, man. Wish this guy the best of luck. So that's Blue Phoenix comic. We're going to go to the last one right here of the batches that are going. This has got 3 days left, so you got 3 days to back this campaign. It's already reached its flexible goal. This is being run by Mandy Summers out of Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States. My understanding of her is she is CG, and she kind of runs a show where she's a bit scantily clad, and it's a bit of a cheesecake YouTube channel, but still pretty cool. But anyway, and this is kind of a cheesecake comic, but if you're into it, this is a pretty cool stuff. So yeah, not bad art. Obviously going for a certain style here. I like the tribute to Marvel Comics, by the way. This is pretty cool. The Comex coat. Okay. All right, sure. That's pretty funny. I like how she's fighting Rey. What the hell? This doesn't make any sense. Like the Star Wars in the background. That's kind of cool. So positives of this book. It's already funded, so that's good to know. The other thing is art looks pretty good. Obviously going for the sexy, attractive look. The other cool thing is it's 60 pages, which is pretty freaking nuts. That's a lot of freaking pages for a campaign. There's not that many campaigns that do a lot of pages like that. Negative is this is a Comicsgate price, so this is $25 for the 60 pages. So your overall, price is going to about, what is it looking like? 42 cents per page, which is pricey, but you're getting something unique right here. I will say this, I kind of am confused when I looked at the stretch. Oh, by the way, you can kind of read some pages right here if you're kind of interesting. Obviously going for the sexy look. But what's kind of difficult for me is that it says 60 pages, but then you have this like 14-page bonus digital story for the 200-page booty box. And, I don't know if see, if I were them, I would add the 14 pages to the rest of the perks and not just necessarily the premium one. Like the premium one should be for like a special edition cover, like chromium or something nuts, or like a big box set or a bunch of toys and stuff, right? I don't know if I would do it for like just this, because really, if you're looking for the value conscious buyer, you want like as many pages as you can get for the price of investment, right? That's kind of what spurs on because IndieGoGo, it's not a store. You're not buying from a store. You're investing into a campaign. So you're trying to look for the biggest bang for your buck, because otherwise, what's going to stop, people from just not investing and waiting till you release it to a store or something like that, right? You got to provide people something like that. So I was a little confused about that, but otherwise, 60 pages for $25, not bad for CG. But I think the bigger thing is, if you are into this sort of sexy, risque type of book, definitely check out Pirate Queen. Anyhow, the last book I'm going to go over is one that people have probably heard quite a bit about, and that's Earthworm Jim. This is Earthworm Jim 2 Comic Plus Black and White Leather. So obviously already funded. It's at about 200K right now with about 1,900 backers. You got about 14 days left, so plenty of time. I'm pretty certain it'll go into demand too. For those of you who remember my review of it, I was not a fan of the story in Earthworm Jim because it was a little too childish for me. But there is no arguing the absolute pure value and quality of the original Earthworm Jim book. And I have no doubt that Doug TenNapel's gonna, put again tremendous value into this book again. Again, you got a 9x12, so large size format, full color, 160 pages, all of these crazy embossing, UV spot gloss, gold gilded edges, all this stuff. Yeah, I remember like reading the first Earthworm Jim book, and I was like, damn, Doug, this book is freaking premium. And it looks like you also get a additional comic book, just like the original Earthworm Jim book. I think it's what is it? Man, I'm trying to remember what he added to this. He added something extra. I think there's another comic book in this. I can't remember. I think it's one on Evil the Cat. But so to get it signed is $35. The book by itself and the package is $25. And it's looking like, so with 160 pages at $25, that is 17 cents per page. And they are premium pages. So I'm not sure how Doug is making, well, I mean, I'm sure he's making profit, but like, man, he must really know his logistics very well to do this hardcover and come out on top in the black, so to speak. For financial terms. But if you're looking for, if you're a fan of Earthworm Jim, or you're looking for something that's a little more, I guess, kid friendly, a little more innocent in its story and its storytelling approach, and also a campaign that's phenomenal value. No arguing that the first Earthworm Jim was crazy value in terms of the package that you got. Definitely consider doing Earthworm or backing Earthworm Jim 2. Now, I will say this, and again, I'm not taking sides in the whole. I know Doug TenNapel, kind of like Mike S. Miller, there's some weird drama between him and the Comicsgate and whatnot, and I'm not going to take a side in that fight. But I will say this: there was one point that was kind of made about this campaign, which is, why didn't this campaign just start on IndieGoGo to begin with, which is what the original campaign did, rather than go to Kickstarter and whatnot? And the reason why I bring this up is if you take a look at Kickstarter, let's get over here. So this is the Kickstarter right here, right? And as you can see, he made about $260,000, and then it went in demand, which is where it just links you into IndieGoGo, which is kind of weird. Kickstarter's basically sending customers over to IndieGoGo rather than just creating an in-demand function, which is odd, but okay. So that's $260,000 right here, and another $200K right here. So he's just at about $500,000 for, I think he's been going for like, I think a couple months now. And if you take a look at the original Earthworm Jim comic book on IndieGoGo when he first did it, and this was the one that I backed, here we go, it was like $696,000 within campaign, and then $815,000 total. And this was all on IndieGoGo. This isn't even including when he released it again on Kickstarter, which I think was like, I think he got another 100K or something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm not sure why he went to Kickstarter first instead of going to IndieGoGo first. It doesn't make sense to me because most of the people who backed it were on IndieGoGo. In general, I'm not really sure what the whole dynamic is between choosing Kickstarter and IndieGoGo for some people. To me personally, IndieGoGo has a nicer format. You can stay in demand, and according to what I understand, you actually keep more of your money on IndieGoGo than you do on Kickstarter. So I don't know. It really doesn't make sense to use Kickstarter at all, personally. But yeah, I have to question this because I think, like, being objective, it doesn't make a lot of sense why Doug did this. But there's probably some reason for it. I think though the next time for like the next Earthworm Jim, he should probably just do IndieGoGo first and do Kickstarter next. Because clearly the fan base is here and not necessarily here, right? So this is like 4,000, just under 4,000 backers. This is like 9,000 backers. Holy cow. And if you take a look at that, he kind of lost a lot of steam doing that. That being said, nothing bad to say about this book. If you like Earthworm Jim and you want a kid-friendly story with insane production quality and value, absolutely back Earthworm Jim. Anyhow, that's the video. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. If you got any comments about last week on IndieGoGo for the week of November 9th through 15th, leave it down below, or a comment on any of these comic books, leave it down below. And I will see you next time.